Buenos días, meine lieben Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Danganronpa. Wir sind aktuell auf dem Podest, nee, nicht auf dem Podest, auf dem Weg ins nächste Class-Trial. Leute, meine Stimme ist ein bisschen weg, muss ich dazu sagen. Ich habe gerade Pokémon aufgenommen, Part 52. Schaut euch den Part an, wenn ihr Kontext wollt, warum meine Stimme weg ist. Ja, obwohl der Part, der kommt erst in ein paar Tagen, aber schaut ihn euch dann an. Gut, wir können ja mal schauen, was wir denn so alles haben an Skills, die wir wirklich schon mal kaufen können. Da unten ein Abschluss halte ich von beiden nicht. Also, beide machen das Gegenteil, ne? Ist halt eine Präferierungssache. Aber wir können sonst nichts kaufen. Ja, dann würde ich Abschrift nehmen. Wir müssen keinen nehmen, ne? Aber ich denke so, wir nehmen, was wir kriegen können, ne? Ja, du hast Set Skills, ja. Wir haben auch den Skill bekommen von den Freetime-Events mit Chiaki. Richtig, hier Cheat Code. Und ich glaube, der macht was Cooles, oder? Der macht doch, dass wir cannot be combined with Infinity Unlimited Flame. Oh, von wem kriegen wir diesen Skill wohl nur? Wir kriegen ihn von Gambit. Ich weiß aber nicht, was der Skill macht. Und ey, ich hab doch vorhin den Ingame-Sound. Gut, dass ich das gesehen habe, Alter. Sonst wäre das wieder sowas geworden wie damals bei Danganronpa 1 in Chapter 4, Daily Life. Legen wir auf jeden Fall an. Ja, auf jeden Fall. Class-Trial wegen Nagito, ne? Sorry übrigens, dass ich beim letzten Mal so demotiviert war. Ich glaube, ich bin heute motivierter, weil es eine kürzere Aufnahmesession wird. Weil ich jetzt so denke, so, okay, ich habe jetzt wirklich Bock drauf. Also Leute, legen wir los.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Eine Sache muss ich noch sagen, und zwar, ich habe mich selbst und den Ingame-Sound ein bisschen leiser gestellt, weil ich der Meinung bin, dass ich manchmal extrem übersteuere. Gerade wenn ich etwas lauter werde, oder halt auch wenn ich lese, ist es mir oft aufgefallen in den letzten Parts, dass ich ein bisschen übersteuere. Deshalb habe ich mich selbst und den Ingame-Sound ein bisschen leiser gemacht. Ich bin mal gespannt, ob ich damit zufrieden bin. Ja.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person,
Dann sterben wir alle, wir wissen's.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Jedes Mal, wenn Monokuma das sagt, so, if you pick the one person, wartet jemand darauf, dass Hina sagt, we already know who did it. I don't know why. Ich meine, sie ist nicht mal in diesem Spiel, aber hey. Ich hab by the way Chips, Alter. Ich hab Pringles. Oh yeah, heute wird wieder gesnackt. Morning.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Ich verstehe den Witz nicht, mal so unlustig ist der.
Chesto!
Mann, mich steht da einfach und der haut hier einen aufs Maul, Alter. Was ist mit ihm los?
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Die ganzen Soundeffekte sind gerade einfach nicht präsent gewesen.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
Ja, Spiel ist für mich halt jetzt auch leiser, das nervt mich auch ein bisschen. Aber egal, wenn ich mich selbst leiser mache, muss ich Spiele auch leiser machen.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started after all.
Ja, ein bisschen leiser, bitte. Ja, okay, gut.
The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
Ist so, voll der Arme, Alter, aber voll einer von den Guten, Alter. Er wollte uns zwar alle wegsprengen, aber egal.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor,
Ja, es ist logisch, dass er vom
that
Trailer
traitor is
getötet wurde.
obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Macht Sinn,
No,
macht
that might
komplett
not
Sinn.
be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Honestly.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Ja, los geht's. Traitor. And killer who murdered Nagito. I see her, right? Are they the same person? Or... yo Leute, ihr wisst ja, wenn das Film kommt, geht's close to the end. Worum geht's? Ich glaube, es geht tatsächlich um das Duct Tape. Ich bin mir aber nicht ganz sicher.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Seit wann geht's darum?
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
Habe ich irgendwas verpasst? Wir haben doch gerade über was anderes geredet.
The killer tortured Nagito.
Also erstmal, das ist
That's why he was so beat up.
Aber, hä?
What were they trying to find out by torturing
Hä?
him?
Haben wir nicht gerade noch darüber geredet, ob der Trader ihn... Hä?
The bomb's hiding place.
Ich check's nicht.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
Fuyuhiko.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
I agree with that.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
Ja, guck mal, wenn ich darauf schieße, dann passiert jetzt nichts mehr. Yo, du bist Ultimate Yakuza, aber unmöglich, dass du jemanden torturst. Und jetzt muss ich mal ganz kurz schauen. Worum ging's gerade nochmal? Ja, guck mal, ey, es geht eigentlich... Hä? Ich muss das gleich mal im Internet nachschauen. Also, das ist ja so random jetzt, dass wir jetzt darüber reden. Hä? Ist das ein Bug? Ist das normal so? Ich starte das Spiel mal neu, weil irgendwie... Ich habe das Gefühl, hier stimmt irgendwas nicht. Are you trying to protect the trader? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait, don't tell me you're the trader. Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the trader. Und dann als nächstes... Ja, ey Leute, das Duct Tape war übrigens da. Ich bin gleich wieder da, Leute. Jetzt bin ich gespannt, aber... Ja, ich glaube tatsächlich, das ist kein Bug. Also ich glaube, das ist einfach nur Bad Writing gerade. So ein bisschen, muss ich leider so sagen. Yo, ich brauch Duct Tape.
Killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Es geht, wir haben nicht mal davon angefangen. So. Und plötzlich er so, ey Leute, der hat den gefoltert, Junge. Der hat seinen,
The reason
der hat,
Nagito's
ne?
body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Ja, das ist cool. Ey. Hä?
No, that's wrong.
Ich muss das Spiel nochmal neu starten. Ich habe den Skill nämlich nicht angelegt.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess
Oh
anything.
Mann, mach mich das grad sauer, Alter. Oh Mann, ey. Und ich schieß so, weil ich so denk, so, yo, ich kann schießen. Alexa, wiederhol bitte den Witz, den du mir gerade erzählt hast.
Ich habe momentan Schwierigkeiten, auf deinen Alexa-Amusement-Skill zuzugreifen.
Pass auf, Alexa hat mir gerade einen Witz erzählt.
Im Schnitt hält sie der Stapel besonders gut. Über.
Die hat gerade einen Witz erzählt, von wegen, wenn ich 4 Eier hinlege und du legst 4 Eier dazu. Wie viele Eier sind das denn? Ja, immer noch 4. Ich kann keine Eier legen. So Leute, jetzt geht's aber los, Alter. Jetzt haben wir die Skills. Jetzt haben wir die nötige Power. Und Kazuichi und natürlich redet Kazuichi und so, ne? Das ist ja mal wieder logisch. Ne, meine lieben
Killer
Freunde.
didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Ja, someone shut you up, Junge.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body
Man
was
kann
covered
jetzt
with
auch
wounds.
ballern, so viel ich will, Alter.
Because the killer tortured Nagito.
So,
No, that's wrong.
Fresse, Alter. Kleiner Bastard, Alter. Ich sauer.
But
Buenos.
Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Hey!
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Oh ja, natürlich, ich. Stupid? By the way, bilde ich mir das gerade ein? Oder haben die Charaktere, also nicht jetzt, sondern vorhin? Brauche ich nochmal das Duct Tape? Ich glaube
Like you
schon.
said, Nagito's mouth was taped. You obviously assumed he couldn't talk, but that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
What if you tape his mouth shut?
Was wollte ich gerade nochmal sagen?
How is he supposed to answer anything?
Ach so, mit dem Filter. Na klar.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bombs. Then, after they killed him...
Oh, da hätte ich jetzt echt drücken müssen. Oh, fuck, okay,
Like you
ja.
said, Nagito's mouth obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right?
But that was the truth.
Okay,
To hide the
Beet keine
fact that
gute
he got
Idee.
interrogated.
I can't back down!
Oh. Kleiner Bastard, Alter. Fuck mich doch nicht ab, Junge.
But if you tape his mouth shut,
How is he supposed to answer it?
Pay attention. This first, the killer tortured Nagi and got information. Then, after they killed him...
Kleiner
allow me to cut
Was ich sagen
through those
wollte,
words.
dieser Filter, wo ich das schon mal gesagt habe, auch beim ersten Teil, dass wir immer so einen Filter auf uns
No,
haben.
there's no doubt
Ich hab's Gefühl,
Nagito's
wir haben
mouth was
hier
covered
keinen
with duct
Filter
tape
drauf.
before he was beat up.
Finde ich cool.
What did you say?
Aber vielleicht haben wir doch einen Filter drauf. Wenn man das mal vergleicht, wie die hier aussehen und wie die da links aussehen. Aber ich finde, die sehen hier richtig cool aus.
Might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
Jo, genau. Lass unser Leben einfach davon
We don't
nachkommen.
need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth
Ich
before the
achte doch
torture
diese
even began.
Filter. Ist das in Teil 3 auch so?
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or
You were
something?
with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right?
For real, Alter. Typ, Alter. Oh, hoppla.
The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
Vielleicht haben die es weggewischt.
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream.
Wahrscheinlich.
Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
Wann hast du das gesagt, ey? Ich google dieses Class 2 jetzt. Einen Moment, Leute. Okay, for serious. Das, was ich im Internet gefunden hatte, war genauso das wie das, was wir gerade gesehen hatten. Aber, Moment mal, hat mich mein Laptop wieder leiser gemacht, als ich eigentlich bin. Das sieht nämlich ganz danach aus. Das macht der Hurensohn so oft, Alter. Aber auf jeden Fall hat Fuyuhiko nichts in die Richtung gesagt. Nie. Ich habe extra nochmal nachgesehen. Ja, ich wurde tatsächlich leiser gemacht. Ich werde gecancelt, Leute.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
So, ich fresse jetzt erstmal Chips, Leute. Ich bin jetzt erstmal muted.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Ist halt echt so, Alter. Das sieht voll so aus, als hätte die Person ihn einfach nur gehasst, so.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Du hast kein
No,
Recht
they
zu
didn't
reden.
just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Das ist wirklich Peak Class 2, kann ich euch versprechen.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
Wer
The
sonst?
killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Sure.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Deine Ansprüche sind einfach nur
Alrighty
so
then. Let's
niedrig,
think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks.
weil du dumm
Is
bist.
that okay, Miss Sonia?
Mhm. Mach mal.
Damn right it is!
Hey, plötzlich ist sie nett zu ihm. The reason for the fire, huh? They're white. We need to clear that up first. Okay, geht anscheinend doch nicht close to the end. Wäre ja zu schön, um wahr zu sein. Wie gesagt, ich bin freundlich mit dem Spiel durch. Ich mag das Spiel zwar, aber irgendwie, ich habe das Gefühl, ich bin echt wieder mal nicht mit dem Spiel warm geworden. Guck mal, Panels.
The direct cause of the fire was... the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Ja, das auch.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Yo.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
Oh, großartig. Guck mal, wie glücklich
If
die
they
aussieht.
tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Was ist das da? Was sind das da für Lines? Lest das mal.
Used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Soundwave!
Perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Intense Wind Pressure. Nee, das ist es nicht. Das sind die Monokuma-Panels. Wir müssen auf das, was Sonia zuerst sagt, schließen. Und ich hoffe, das mit dem Wind, Alter.
If they tipped over the lighter and it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread. There should have been a way to tip it, or perhaps...
I agree with that.
I agree with that. Oh yeah.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect? You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. Ja. Warte mal, was war das erste Ding? Ich hab nicht aufgepasst, scheiße. Ich glaube, die gehen auf die Musik ein, oder? I see!
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Alexa, stopp. Das hat jetzt wahrscheinlich eure Ohren weggefickt, aber das war mein Wecker, weil ich wollte mich eigentlich pennen legen. Within the darkness, a loud hymn blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, did you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Ich liebe es immer noch, wie er das gesagt hat im letzten Part. Im vorletzten Part, sorry. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? Und crap hat er auch so geil betont. Oh, I'm not talking about the music. And that's one cue. It suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
Klingt ganz so, ja. Also, ja, sorry.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Stimmt, die ging nicht auf. Oh ne, jetzt muss ich wieder lesen. Ugh. It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, I kind of brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Oh, ich muss mal näher rangehen. Das ist hier so entspannt. Klatter, klatter, klatter. Huh? It's not opening? Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Leute, ich hole mir mal kurz einen Schlüssel für meine Chips.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Mein ganzer Tisch ist voll mit irgendeiner Scheiße vor allem. Alles steht voll. Alles.
It's a major problem. I mean,
Alles steht voll.
that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Junge. Wo stelle ich dich hier hin? Oh, ich muss mal aufräumen, Alter. Ugh. Ah, fuck. Fuck. Da stand irgendwas. Ich will lesen. Ja, der Killer hätte keine Möglichkeit gehabt, rauszugehen.
I see. If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be open, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
So, meine ganzen Sprünge jetzt.
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Das geht ja
We
nicht.
were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Vielleicht lebt jemand noch, der eigentlich tot sein sollte.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this
Hajime?
murder.
What do you mean?
Essen während dem Part ist echt keine gute Idee. The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Wir kamen sehr schnell zu dieser Conclusion. Honestly. Und gerade mal ein bisschen mehr als 20 Minuten. Wenn ich nicht so einen Scheiß gebrabbelt hätte, wäre es wahrscheinlich weniger gewesen. Nagito, komm mal her.
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just
Ja.
the victim. Maybe.
Immer das Victim, Alter. Genau wie die ganze... Ja, okay. Egal welchen Witz ich jetzt mache, würde nicht gut ankommen.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
Junge, ich schwör's, Alter, irgendwer soll mal meine Leiche irgendwann mal finden und sich mal meine Beine, also zumindest mein eines Bein ansehen.
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
Vor allem, du brauchst richtig viel mentale
That's
Stärke.
not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
Du brauchst richtig viel mentale Stärke, um dich so aufzuschlitzen, wie er es gemacht hat. Ich könnte das nicht. Ich könnte das genuinely nicht. Meinen Arm slicen könnte ich. Aber mir so ein Survival-Knife in mein Bein mehrmals reinstecken, ey, das könnte ich nicht. Das könnte ich niemals. Also, das könnte ich wirklich nicht. Genuinely. Könnte ich nicht. Honestly. Einfach. Sag. Aber, nee, könnte ich nicht. Das ist echt schwierig. Wenn man Selbstmord begehen will, Tipps von mir für euch, ne? Dank mir später. Nein, aber es ist einfach ein Fakt. Begeht keinen Selbstmord, Leute. Es ist einfach ein Fakt, dass es leichter ist, sich zu erschießen, als sich die Pulsadern oder so aufzuschlitzen. Deshalb fand ich meine Ex-Freundin so faszinierend, Alter. Die hatte einfach die mentale Stärke, die einfach so auf chillig mal die Pulsadern aufzuschlitzen.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Sicher?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Oh yeah, oh, fuck, worum geht's überhaupt? Was muss ich machen? Ich höre jetzt mal zu.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but
Ja,
tying
doch.
both arms would be impossible.
Und wow. Er war nicht komplett gefesselt.
Couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Bitte halt deine Fresse.
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Du hast gar nichts zu sagen!
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Der falschen Knopf gedrückt. Ich habe aus Versehen Y gedrückt. Hallo. Danke.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Falsch. Neu machen. Klammer.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
It's right sleeve.
I see!
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
They pay you first?
That's definitely wrong.
Fuck.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
Benjamin!
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito.
Ach so, yo.
I mean,
Hau raus.
even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
Ah, ja, stimmt.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck? Stimmt! Das habe ich mir auch gerade gedacht.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
Alle richtig sauer auf mich, obwohl ich nur Chiaki unterstütze.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Chill doch! A way to stab yourself in your right hand and using only your right hand. It's okay. There's definitely an answer for this. Ja.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow
Das ist es.
and slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's
Yum,
right hand
yum.
was free,
How could he stab his right? If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow.
Ach, Chiaki ist so schlau. Ey, ich schwöre euch, ich bin so froh, dass wir es so viel langsamer machen können, weil irgendwie geht es schlecht. Ich glaube, das liegt an dem Abschrift. Ich glaube, es war eine scheiße Idee, den einzusetzen.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Cool.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Ja, und ich dachte, Kazuichi wäre langweilig gewesen oder so. Bist du ja leiser
He
geworden?
inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
Ne, bin ich nicht. Okay, sehr gut. Ja.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
Okay.
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Ja, richtig.
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
Yo, einfach die Schmerzen aushalten, wenn du einen riesigen Speer in deinem Bauch stecken hast. Yo!
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Wow.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Danke, Fuyuhiko. Danke, dass du ihn ein bisschen seine Grenzen aufzeigst, diesen Bastard.
Like she said, in that condition, It's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
Ja.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
Ja.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
Ja. Und genau deshalb stehen wir hier, weil ihr immer gesagt habt, ja, ich glaub das nicht.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
Niemand uns
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monami's sassing me!
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far, so... This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Ja, irgendwie schon.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Natürlich nicht.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I
Ach,
feel
du
that
Scheiße.
there's some way he could have stabbed
Ja, ich leg
himself
mein Handy
with
erst
a
mal weg,
spear.
Leute.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You
Wow.
don't know.
Ja,
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together.
ganz ehrlich, die anderen sind alles Vollidioten, Alter. Chiaki konnte die ganzen Class Trials alleine walken. Und ganz ehrlich, Akane dann noch so, you don't know. Junge, hast du irgendwas jemals gewusst?
That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. And even now...
Alright, let's do this.
Let's go. Ich freue mich so auf die Fangames, ihr glaubt das nicht. Irgendwie habe ich gar keinen Bock mehr auf das. Es tut mir so leid, Leute.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Fuck, man, wie?
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail.
Bitte halt die Maul.
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
Oh, Junge, wie sie das
What are you
sagt.
saying?
What are you saying? Das gibt's
Pushing
nicht.
Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Oh, bitte sei still, Alter. Chill doch. Ah, okay, ja, wir brauchen das blaue Left Hand.
Let's work together. When the spear stabbed, his right hand was...
He was only able to move it, but his left hand was also tied, and that rules out.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
Ich bin sofort mit anderen. Ja, mach mal auf.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümlein. Ja, das war vom Pokémon. Vergiss es.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. the bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looks somewhat strange?
Irgendwie schon.
He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
Ja.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
Ja.
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Ich bin ja selbst jemand, der sich selbst verletzt. Und ich muss tatsächlich sagen, ich habe mich nie so doll selbst verletzt, wie der Typ das da gemacht hat. Aber was ich sagen kann ist, wenn ich mein Bein aufschneide und slice, ne, das an seinem Arm wurde ja schon gesagt, das sind Slices. Das in seinem Bein, da wurde ja richtig reingestochen. Und das andere, das sind Slices. Ich weiß nicht, wie das ist, wenn man wirklich wo reinsticht. Aber wenn man sliced, also ist bei mir noch nie passiert, okay, ich mach's aber mit Rasierklingen und nicht mit Survival Knives, dass mein Blut so richtig rumspritzt, Alter. Das wär's noch, Alter, die Sauerei.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Gripping. The back of his hand was exposed gripping.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand.
Yeah.
That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Jo, mein Chip. Ich habe einen Chip in der Hand gehabt und genau in dem Moment, wo ich auf meinen Stuhl schlagen wollte, ist der Chip einfach zersprungen, Alter. Also nicht komplett, aber so teilweise.
Here's the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Vielleicht hat ihn hochgeschmissen. That's right. That's a problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Ah, dann kommt bestimmt wieder ein Joke über Voranfeld. Nagito must have been gripping the shaft of the spear. Why the shaft? Well, you know, if he was gripping the shaft of his bound left hand, he couldn't have stabbed himself with the spear, right? You're right, sorry. Warte, ist Shaft nicht... Ich dachte immer, Shaft hätte irgendwas mit Penissen zu tun und ich dachte, dann würde Akane wieder ein Joke über Vorantails machen.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
Dann kommt Fuyuhiko wieder und sagt, nein, das geht nicht, weil er war gefesselt.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki?
Surely.
I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord, extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself to the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
Bist du aus Großbritannien oder aus Neuseeland?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
Wieso ruft Marlon mich an, Alter, wenn ich aufnehme? Yo, Mr. Fame, Alter, Mr. Anrufen, Alter. Ich nehme gerade auf, Alter. Geh mir nicht auf den Sack.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So just before that. Leute, ich muss by the way ganz kurz sagen, ich war gerade sorry, dass ich gerade nicht weggedrückt habe. Ich habe mir mal uns Audios angehört und ich habe vergessen, dass ich kein Auto an hatte. Typ, Alter, ruft mich einfach an während meiner Aufnahme. Ich habe auch nicht aufgepasst jetzt. The state of the spear, wrap it close together. Logic Dive? Oh, Leute, das war easy peasy. Der Speer hing über ihm. Und wir haben sogar Evidence für das. For this. Oh yeah. Ich hätte das nicht mal mitbekommen, dass der Bastard mich angerufen hat, wenn meine Uhr nicht so ausgerastet wäre. Also einfach tief vibrieren. Ja, Leute, ey, ich sag euch eine Sache. Sorry, ich habe da wirklich lange drüber nachgedacht. Ich mag dieses Spiel, glaube ich, wirklich am wenigsten von den ganzen Spielen. Und es ist so schade, weil es ist so ein gutes Spiel. Es ist wirklich kein schlechtes Spiel. Ich werde einfach nicht warm mit dem Spiel. Und es ist auch so mit dem zweiten Fangame, das wir spielen werden, dass ich mit dem Spiel auch nie wirklich warm wurde. Aber... Hoppla. Aber das Ding ist halt so, ich habe das Spiel noch nicht so oft gespielt und ich finde auch, es ist ja sehr, sehr gut. Also ja. Wir werden sehen. Aber ich hatte es ja schon mal gesagt. Fazit kommt erst am Ende des Spiels, aber ich habe schon mal, glaube ich, gesagt, ja, ich habe es heute auf jeden Fall gesagt. Ich werde nicht warm mit dem Spiel. Und das ist sehr, sehr schlecht, weil dass ich den letzten Part nicht komplett gemacht habe, das ist auch nur, weil ich nicht warm werde mit dem Spiel. Zum Erbrechen werde ich nicht warm mit diesem Spiel. Ich bin aber auch aktuell einfach nur unmotiviert. Vielleicht sollte ich einfach damit warten, bis ich motiviert bin, wieder so exzessiv Danganronpa zu spielen. Mich einfach nach diesem Spiel damit nicht unter Druck setzen. Wäre eine Möglichkeit. Weiß ich nicht, ob ich darauf Bock habe jetzt. Alle Danganronpa-Spiele zu spielen, ob ich dieses Projekt vielleicht doch ja nicht abbrechen, aber ja doch abbrechen sollte, das erste. Entscheide ich dann spontan in 2 Wochen. Wir haben ja auch noch 2 Parts vor uns von dem Spiel hier. Und Chapter 6 ist... Ah, mein Herz, ich habe Herzflächen, Hilfe. Chapter 6 ist Peak Chapter, also da freue ich mich drauf. Und die Fangames, also zumindest das erste Fangame spielt sich auch wieder in einer Location ab. Also mit dem ersten Fangame bin ich sehr warm geworden. Mit dem Spiel bin ich sehr warm geworden. Mit dem zweiten Fangame werde ich bestimmt auch warm. Ja, da freue ich mich auch extrem auf. Und Danganronpa würde ich ohnehin, also wie gesagt, das Spiel hier ist eigentlich so, ja. Es ist wirklich schade. Wie gesagt, also ich mag das Spiel. Es ist ein gutes Spiel. Ich hasse das Spiel nicht, aber gut.
It's all coming together.
It's all falling apart.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this...
Ah, sorry.
He really committed suicide? Like that?
Ja, geiler Masterplan von ihm auf jeden Fall, ne? So suiciden. Ja, aber wir sind ja ziemlich schnell darauf gekommen, weil er voll warf bis jetzt.
Probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that.
Voll dumm, Alter. Einfach das Knife in dein Herz stechen.
There's no reason they go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He
Das ist krank.
really committed suicide?
Das ist so krank.
Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Ja. Krank, ne?
Not just that. He did all that while he was gripping a spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end.
Das ist nämlich das Thumbnail, meine lieben Freunde. Ich gleich, Alter. Ich gleich, Alter. Ich hab mich seit einer Woche nicht mehr geritzt. Es wird mal wieder Zeit.
Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Das war langweilig.
Did he need to go that far?
Der Junge, der hat sich voll ins Bein reingestochen, Alter.
That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
Was ein Typ, Alter.
That's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
Anscheinend.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
our
sorry.
Nagito.
Jeez. I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. Stupid of me. Completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I've forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
Richtig, stimmt.
Probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
Wahrscheinlich.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what he's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is?
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
Oh, wir sind bei 55 Minuten schon. Halleluja.
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Let's fucking go, Hardly mehr. Wie sich ärgert.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if
that's true, but...
fuck. Man hab ich gedrückt, Alter.
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But... I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Oh fuck, sorry, ich war am Handy. Das wird in den Fangames auch weniger werden, weil es da keine synchronisierten Szenen geben wird. Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with. Ich hab das doch in Teil 1 auch hinbekommen, nicht dauerhaft am Handy zu chillen, Alter. Was ist denn mein Problem?
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death, piece of evidence that he couldn't mess with.
I see! Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
The victim is Nagito Kamaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Ihr habt den Mund voll. A suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh nein. Nein! Eins, zwei, drei, 4. Oh, das gefällt mir nicht, dass hier so viel an den Rändern noch ist. Ich brauche keine Cs mehr, merke ich gerade. Ich brauche ein A, ich brauche ein U. Oh, fuck. S kann ich mir hier speichern. F brauche ich später. Fuck. Ich brauche ein U. Scheiß drauf, solange ich nicht Game Over gehe, scheiß drauf. Junge, hier geht viel zu viel ab, Alter! Gib mir ein S. Jetzt brauche ich ein E. Ich habe kein O. Ja, ich muss ein bisschen aufpassen. Ich habe A gedrückt. Oh nein! Warum D? Ich will nicht Game Over gehen hier. Warum T? Warum H? Ja, aber H brauche ich ja später. Ich brauche jetzt mal H. Dann E. A. Thank God, Alter, dieses Minispiel, Junge. Ich bin gerade so am Edgen mit meinem Leben, Junge.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Immer nicht den Mund voll ab. Not only is there a spear stuffed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
Ja, ach so, ja, ich sollte es nicht ausdrücken.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Meine Tipps sind jetzt auch alle, Leute, ich werde vollkommen da.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Jo, stimmt, genau wie bei der Zeit bei den letzten beiden Morden, stimmt.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Ikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
So.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
Ich hab ein cooles Licht von meiner Mutter bekommen. Will ich mal ausprobieren.
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Oh, jetzt ist doch mein Auge eingefallen. Ewig nicht mehr gemacht.
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
Ist das nicht das, was in Chapter 3 gesagt wurde, als wir Likan suspected haben?
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now.
Splendid ist doch safe so ein Wort aus Großbritannien, oder?
That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
All your hopes are united. No despair can shake you, huh? What do I think about it? Nagito said the same thing. Hab ich gerade auch gedacht, so! The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. In the situation you're in, might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. I don't think so. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Ja, Leute, ne? Wir sind bei der Hälfte angekommen nach einer Stunde. Ich würde sagen, der Part wird heute nur 2,5 Stunden gehen. Weil es auch nur das Glas 2 ist heute logisch, dass der Part kurz wird.
No.
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, mon ami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you pass. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're alone. When you're all alone with someone else. So Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. So sad. Trusting your friends is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. And as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live in a life without friendship. It's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. There may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Ich frage einfach mal nicht, okay? Ich frage nicht. Ich muss gleich Augentropfen nehmen. Nein! Oh, falschen Safe-File über. Ja, egal. Scheiß drauf. Fick drauf.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now.
Oh, großartig.
Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this?
So, Peak Augentropfen jetzt. Ich kann nichts lesen jetzt. Wenn jetzt irgendwas zum Lesen kommt, ich werde es nicht
Our
vorlesen.
discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear.
Wahrscheinlich kommt gleich ein Non-Stop Debate. Hangmans, Gambit, Alter!
It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
Ja, wie denn? Blutvergiftungen gehen nicht so schnell.
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly. We should cooperate at a time like this.
A fatal wound that wasn't a spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is, no matter what. Oh yeah, wenn das hinkommt, geht's close to the end. Naja, das Glas 2 geht noch eine Weile. Ich weiß auch nicht, warum mit dem Film hier so um sich geworfen wird.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be seen, maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold. Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Monokuma's Special
Let us consider a
Poison.
different fatal wound.
Das ist es, meine lieben
It's not the
Freunde.
knife in his right hand, right?
Right hand.
It's not the other wounds, right?
Oh.
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
Oh.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause
Richtig.
of death something that cannot be seen?
Richtig. Hey.
Maybe he choked himself with, or liquefied his gut.
Just thinking
Ich
about it.
darf halt
That's
auch nichts
already a
Falsches
horrible
treffen hier,
death.
weil, ne, ich will nicht nochmal, ne, ich hab kaum noch
It's
Leben,
not the
aber
knife in
ich
his right.
sterbe
It's not the other
gleich.
wounds. With all those wounds, maybe he simply.
There's no way was the cause of death.
I agree with that.
Vamos, amigos.
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
Richtig. Gut.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
Bloodblotches.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
Bloodblotches.
What does that mean?
Wie sauer er wird.
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood,
Blutflecken. Hä? Kann ich mir ja gar nichts drunter vorstellen. Ich gehe jetzt auf Google Bilder und ich werde es wahrscheinlich bereuen. Ja, okay, eigentlich genau das, was ich mir darunter vorgestellt habe. Sieht gar nicht so schlimm aus. Aber ja. Ja, und demnächst kommt wieder Polizei und sneakt mein Handy ab und sieht meinen Google-Verlauf.
there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
There's no way he could have drank the poison. It might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear!
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the person enters his body. Oh nein. Danke, Lord Dive. Ich dachte schon, ich müsste jetzt wieder den anderen Scheiß hier machen mit Hangmans Gambit. Ja, ich muss aber aufpassen, ne? Ich muss wirklich aufpassen hier. Weil bei dem hier habe ich mich auch letztens nicht gut angefangen. Ich will nicht sterben. Also wenn ich im letzten Class Trial sterbe, geschenkt. Weil das war ja beim letzten Mal auch irgendwie so ein bisschen unglücklich gelaufen. Aber geschenkt. Wenn ich hier jetzt aber sterbe in dem Class Trial. Aber das Ding ist, es wird glaube ich nochmal Hangmans Gambit. Ich glaube, es wird nochmal Hangmans Gambit kommen irgendwann. Jo, auch noch eine Linie, genau, macht schon schwierig. Ist mir egal, Alter, jetzt müssen wir halt erstmal das Speed aufnehmen. I'm Speed, Leute. Also ich glaube, einen Treffer könnten wir noch tanken, aber wenn wir nochmal getroffen werden, dann war es das. Also, dann war am besten, wäre ich gar nicht mehr getroffen. Also es wird noch ein Hangmans Gambit kommen, ich bin jetzt 99% sicher. Ich habe mich mit dem Gedanken abgefunden, ich werde sterben in diesem Class Trial. Ist okay. Wenn ich mich so anstelle, auf jeden Fall. Ich nehme den anderen Weg. Und das war ein Fehler. Oh Mann, das war ein Fehler. Ja, das ist Game over. You failed! Scheiß Class Trial. Ja, egal. Scheiß Hangmans Gambit wollte ich sagen, nicht scheiß Class Trial. It's no use. I can't go on any longer. I don't have any clues left. Everyone doubts me und der Kane so richtig glücklich. Haha! It appears the trial has come to an end. Now then it's time to vote. Well, I can totally imagine who the blackened will be. By a majority vote, the one who has been chosen as the blackened is Hajime Hinata. But Hajime is not the blackened, too bad. The true blackened has graduated splendidly. Congratulations, Nagito oder wer? And now the others will all be punished. And that means you too, Hajime.
Our end?
Would you like to retry? Auf jeden Fall, Alter.
We will never give up.
We'll never give up. Also, Voting ist schon gelaufen und Voting war falsch. Aber wir können es jetzt einfach neu machen. Warum auch immer. Ja, gut, ne, war absehbar. Also ganz ehrlich, Hangmans Gambit in diesem Spiel Schmutz. Also ganz ehrlich, es gibt kein Minispiel, wo ich sage, ja wohl, Hangmans Gambit im ersten Fangame auch Schmutz. Ihr werdet sehen, warum. Das wird lustig. Ich werde mich da so drüber abfacken. Also ich muss tatsächlich sagen, spielerisch sind diese Spiele echt cool. Die Fangames eher weniger. Aber wir werden dazu noch kommen. Wahrscheinlich wegen Limitationen war das nicht anders möglich da bei den Fangames. Also es war Gas. Er wurde einfach vergast, Alter. Peak Jude. Jo, ich muss mal aufpassen, was ich sage, Alter. YouTube juckt sich zwar nicht wirklich für mich, aber trotzdem. scheiß drauf. Wer schreibt mir? Celine. Oh Mann, dann muss ich gleich antworten, wenn ich mit durch bin. Ey, das war doch nicht! Ich hab wirklich keinen Bock mehr auf dieses Spiel, ganz ehrlich. Also auf dieses Minispiel gerade. Gehe ich halt außen rum. So, und hier bin ich vorhin gestorben, oder wie? Ne, da kam noch ein Checkpoint gleich, ne? Ja, und hier bin ich gestorben, ja. Schreib mir. Mercedes, okay. With nose! Ich wollte mal aufsagen. So, uns. Ah, es sind aber zum Glück nur 2 Fragen hier. Oh, thank God. Hallo! Oh, ich habe keinen Bock mehr. Der Logic Dive ist wirklich schwierig. Bin ich froh, dass wir den nicht mehr haben werden in zukünftigen Spielen. Und das wahrscheinlich unser vorletzter oder so war. Guck mal, wir haben es zu Ende geschafft. Oh.
It's all coming together.
Oh, falling apart. Mann, Audio gekriegt, geil.
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label. Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The reason we didn't breathe it in, the sprinklers?
I see!
Ah.
The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air and breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis!
Hydrolysis, danke, dass du mir nochmal gesagt hast, wie man es
The
ausspricht.
chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
Ich war so ready, dass jetzt sowas kommt wie I won't let you look down on me.
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. we've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Ah, voll umständlich, Alter, mit dem Gift.
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
Oh Leute, ich verstehe, dass ihr keinen Bock mehr habt, aber chillt doch mal. I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. Yeah, and Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive, Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be.
There might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
If Nagito really brought the poison to the warehouse, the container would have been there.
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Einfach Gift mit dir rumschleppen, ohne es irgendwo drin zu haben. Einfach so, diese Flüssigkeit. Oder das Gas so in deiner Hosentasche. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
Es ist mir scheißegal, was deine Stimmung ist. Unser Leben ist hier... Oh. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore. Hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I just want to rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody has to get hurt. But
that's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else.
Wer schreibt mir? Na, mal ordentlich was.
But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
The poison? Ich dachte den Container.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay?
Peak sweetly.
There's some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe I can't say this. Nein. Nein, jetzt kommt Hangmans Gambit. Nein! No! Und ich weiß nicht mal, wie man Grenade schreibt. Okay, ganz kurz. F und R sind schon mal gut. Okay, F. Wir starten mit dem F. Wir müssen das jetzt erstmal xen. Wir werden keine Fs mehr brauchen. Weg. 1, 2. I brauchen wir. E brauchen wir. I, R, E. G. A? Fragezeichen? Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher. Nein, falsch. Okay, A kommt also eher so in der Mitte des Wortes. G, R, E, N, A. Wie gut, dass wir jetzt schon mal... Ja, jetzt E. N. Mist, jetzt haben wir das A nicht. N brauchen wir keins mehr. Also wir brauchen aber später nochmal ein E. Ja, aber das bringt mir nichts, wenn wir nur ein E haben. Moment. Okay, A. Und wir ein D. Ja, selbst wenn wir vorhin nicht gestorben wären, wir spätestens hier jetzt gestorben. Sag ich euch ehrlich. Fuck, wir hätten das eh noch gebraucht. Ah, wir wären jetzt durch. Fuck. So ein Hurensohn-Minispiel, ganz ehrlich, weil ich mag diese Minispiele nicht, wo du wirklich perfekt spielen musst, wo du nichts erreichst, wenn du nicht ohne Schaden zu nehmen. Mag ich nicht. Mein Ohr juckt so. Ich habe noch zweimal diese Woche blutig gekratzt, ich sollte aufhören zu kratzen. Ja, okay, gut, dass ihr nichts hört.
Huh?
The fire grenades!
Alles gut.
Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse. It can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
That bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but... the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
Das Ding, was wir in
If
seinem
so,
Zimmer
then there's
gefunden
no
haben.
mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Ich war gerade am Handy, ich möchte wissen, was sie gerade gesagt hat.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire. Huh?
Ja. Ja, ich sag ja, Stärke und ich sind die einzigen Schlauen hier. Ich finde auch cool, wie das Ding wirklich Spear of Gang mir heißt in den Proof Bullets. Gleich wieder Hangmans Gambit, dann gehe ich wieder Game Over, weil da kommt wieder dieser Logic Dive. Oh fuck, es gibt am Ende ja auch noch einen Kampf.
I can prove it with this.
Oh, und ich kann diese Kämpfe nicht.
Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Ja, ich take a look.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
Noch Junge, du musst es besser wissen.
No,
Als
that is not
Mafia-Boss.
just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is...
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room.
Ja.
We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So, what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide! Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means...
See, I told
No, ich
you.
muss auf den
The
Fuß
conclusion
drücken.
is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
Ich bin so müde, sorry Leute.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
Was? Was denn noch?
Hey,
Okay, ich kenne das Spiel,
what are you
warum tue ich so
planning to
überrascht?
say now?
Ich wusste ja, dass es kommt.
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
Ja, genau, kriege ich jetzt einen Hustenanfall. The moment the fire grenades were bought, the moment Nagito breathed in the poison, were the same? At the same moment be...
I see! Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
Einer von uns.
One of us.
What the heck?
Und wir wissen nicht wer. Und die Person, die es getan hat, weiß auch nicht, dass sie
One
es
of
getan hat.
us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was... It would mean he didn't kill himself.
You said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Ah, wie voll ist eigentlich mein Handy noch? Muss ich mal aufladen? Ja, sollte ich manchmal noch tun.
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Nagito. Ja, wir sind alle dumm und wir müssen das natürlich verstehen, dass Nagito alles vorbereitet hat und nur irgendwer anders die Granate halt geschmissen
It
hat.
was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
I see! That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
Sie hat zwei verschiedene Fragen gefragt, aber okay, wer trägt Aggro?
The next question will be my last. Why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
I see! Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
Und es war für nichts. Das Feuer ist letzten Endes ausgegangen wegen den Sprinklers.
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
Das hast du selbst gerade im gleichen Satz gesagt.
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be? Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
That's even worse. Hallelujah.
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison.
Honestly, ich brauch das als Screenshot, Alter. Ich will mir das irgendwo als Hintergrund nehmen.
Hold on. If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault we let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces. For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
Ich muss ganz kurz was sagen, was mir gerade eingefallen ist, wo ich Monokuma zugehört hatte. Und zwar, Nagitos Tod soll auch irgendwie so ein Zusammenschluss aus allen Toten aus Teil 1 sein. Ich meine, er wurde gestabbt, genauso wie Sayaka. Er wurde suspended, genauso wie Shihiro. Er hatte anscheinend einen Accomplice, genauso wie Celeste mit Hifumi. Auch wenn es kein wirklicher Accomplice war, aber, er hat, ich glaube, er hat Selbstmord begangen, so wie Sakura. Ich glaube, das war der andere Punkt. Und warte mal. Irgendeine Verbindung zum Mukuro gab es auch noch. Ich weiß die letzte Verbindung leider nicht mehr.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades.
Ist so, fick dich.
I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
Ja, aber wir müssen ja
It's
raten.
not Miss Sonia's fault. This
Was wir
is
sonst tun,
all
Leute.
Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
Ja, gar
It's
nicht.
impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia, and one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Okay, eine Sache möchte ich dazu sagen, es ist wirklich schlimm, wenn du 3-mal am Tag für den Bathroom gehst. Ist das viel? Ist das wenig?
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
One of those visits seemed to take quite a while yesterday. Fuyuhiko! Ui, 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 ui. Ich meine, Kazuichi ist ja auf keinen Fall. Wir auch nicht, weil daran würden wir uns erinnern. Hat Fuyuhiko uns nicht sogar noch gesagt, ja, ey, die wollten meine Tattoos sehen, ui.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct.
So, also beenden wir es nicht damit.
Please.
That's right. Doesn't mean the trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito. It should be clear what kind of trap he set. Then I have to do it. Even if it leads to despair.
Got it. Let's do this then.
Geht echt nicht mehr lange, Alter. Und ich habe kaum aufgepasst heute. Aber es ist so ein geiles Trial. Ja, wie gesagt, ja. Wie gesagt, das ist ein bisschen. What was inside Nagito's refrigerator? Monokuma special poison. For switching the poison. Yeah. What place inside the break room? Beyond the Monokuma panel. Und hier ist wieder das Knife Board, ne? Das ist sofort das Spear, ne? Das ist nicht. Aber die hat himself. Nee, das, oops, I let go of the cord. Okay, what place inside the break room? Yeah, that's better. What's beyond the Monokuma panel? His whole body wasn't tied up. Body, nicht Body. Könnte Support Spear, keine Ahnung. We really went to the warehouse. Nein, okay, nur der Leiter irgendwo. Hier. Ne? Oh, Knoll machen. Knoll machen. So, body wasn't tied up. What beyond the Monokuma panel hier. Stock free. Okay, ist immer noch nicht der letzte. Right before switching the poison. Sneak taking my left hand with the knife. Sneak! Sneaky. I tied a burnt rope into my right hand. Ich muss wirklich lesen. Wenn man nicht liest, dann ist das echt nicht möglich. Ah, hier wahrscheinlich. Wie nicht? Wie falsch? Ist nicht falsch. Hier. Richtig. Stock 4. Wie wär's mit Last Stock, Alter? Ich hab doch was Switching mit Freuden. Ne. How did he support this Spear? Keine Ahnung, Alter. In order to hurt himself, das Duct Tape. Und hier kommt dann das Gift. Last Stock. Geht doch, Leute. Hier das Aluminium-Ding. Wir sehen raus an Kevin. How to support the spear. Let's fucking go! Gut, ich chill jetzt erstmal die nächste halbe Stunde am Handy. Ah, sag Bescheid, wenn der Bildschirm wieder dunkel wird.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base. Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs.
Ich wünsche mir, ich hätte die mentale Stärke dafür. Honestly.
Finally,
ah gut, ey, ich geh mal aufs Klo, wenn das hier läuft, und holen wir noch mal einen Keks.
he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poisoned grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity.
Marlon, fuck mich so ab, Alter, dieser Bastard.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
Anyway, machen wir weiter.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Oh, hoppla.
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You're saying we just have to vote for someone?
Ich bin für Kazuichi.
What Hajime said is probably true.
Mano.
Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Warum passiert mir das so oft heute? Huh?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way Hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick.
Yes.
He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
Sein Luke. Luke, hardly me Hinata. Das ist Surveillance Cameras. Ach ja.
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all the time we spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So, it's definitely going to be alright.
I guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it toward you and pull the trigger. So, you really did it. Ah, so that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I'd only used one bullet, huh? I guess it was just as Monomi said. Huh? I misunderstood and thought that I had to take out one bullet. And thought that I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder. So that's how I did it. That you only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving. But I'm still alive. After all, the only good thing about me is how lucky I am. And he did the same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. That's right! I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. You just relied on your luck? It's not just luck. It's true, my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. At the time, hardly me said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky! That's why I got picked for cleaning duty just like I wanted!
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Huh?
He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the... As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito is after?
No, I don't even have to ask. I should already know the answer. What the answer is.
I see!
Es ist der Trader! Das heißt, der Trader hat ihn umgebracht.
Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Oh ja, ich sollte das nicht schreiben.
He relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then, what he said in his video message...
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the trader student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
Richtig. Gut.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in
Ich bin
motion.
so sauer, Junge. Then, it just as Nagito said in the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long is really because we didn't believe
But
in
if
him.
he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this
out
far and make
traitor.
that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but...
The only thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
Ja, würde ich nicht machen an deren Stelle, gell?
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it.
Was soll das heißen?
Because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself.
That's why I want you guys to guess.
Nein, bitte hör auf zu reden, du bringst mich gerade wirklich zum Weinen.
Yeah, I want you to guess.
Jo, ich stehe das ganze Class-File vor allem nur am Handy.
What does that mean?
Ich stehe das ganze Class-File nur am Handy und plötzlich fange ich an zu weinen, Alter.
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor?
Auto. Ah, dieses scheiß Auto hat mich gerade... Ich sag euch eines, ich habe erstmal, als ich das erste Mal hier war, habe ich zuerst ihn ausgewählt und ich war mir zu 100% sicher, dass er es ist. Ich habe jeden ausgewählt. Ich habe jeden ausgewählt. Weil ich es nicht wahrhaben wollte. Weil ich nicht wahrhaben wollte, dass es sie ist. Nein! Aber es führt leider kein Weg dran vorbei, Leute. Es ist sie.
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right.
Was? Okay, ich wusste
Just
das,
as
hä?
expected.
Warum
Yep,
reagiere ich immer
you're
so?
correct.
Diese Fake-Reactions machen es nicht cooler.
I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Damn it. Why? This is nonsense. Why? Why does this make sense?
Chiaki, are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
What? We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, That is obviously a lie!
Please, wait! The future foundation isn't what you think it is!
Ja, dann mach's Maul auf und sag uns, was es ist, Alter!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Sie ist so süß. Ich kann nicht, Alter. Ich kann nicht.
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Warum ich?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
Tell them, Hajime. Tell them, Naegi.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends. Anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Yo, plötzlich hassen! Monami and Chiaki's relationship. Having it here is the only way. Jetzt kommt der Kampf, aber ich weiß, dass das nicht das letzte ist. Ich weiß, dass danach noch was kommt.
Hajime, you stupid face.
Okay, du kriegst aufs Maul.
Let's all get along.
Nee, ich mag dieses Minispiel auch nicht. Also ich mag die Minispiele in diesem Spiel wirklich nicht. Sorry, also die Action-Sequenzen. Ich weiß nicht, in Teil 1 sind die eigentlich recht gut, aber halt recht basic. In Teil 3 sind die sehr gut tatsächlich. In Teil 3 sind die gut, muss ich tatsächlich sagen. Man hat versucht, das von Teil 1 hier aufzubauen und naja, man ist in Teil 3 in eine komplett andere Richtung danach gegangen und das ist cool. Aber ey, da haben wir extra noch ein Fazit. Du erzählst alles während des Spiels. Komm, schaffen wir es während Viewer Time ist? Ja, ich mach nicht ganz, ne. Ich treff nicht.
Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
Mono, mies. Notebook.
This is the end! When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with a new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
So sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Take one. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Ich finde auch cool, wie da so Bad Guy steht. Day 2. Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too. So that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No, the truth is I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. Just wanted to turn my eyes from the truth it contained. Now I clearly know. Can't help but now.
First of all, this isn't Monami's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know. In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hatumi tried to go to the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room.
Ich würde das auch niemals so zugeben, Alter. Das ist mir so unangenehm.
The only one who knew that.
If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to that octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. Ja, kannst ja da aus dem Fenster springen, aus dem 4. Stock. I did it! I finally did it! I finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out! With this I can finally get out. You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia sagt das so energiereich.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma.
Jo.
That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you'd do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket, and without hesitating, swiped the card reader. Bzz. Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense.
Ich hab nicht mal gedrückt. Der hat den automatisch weggedrückt. Der hat den automatisch weggedrückt. Ich hab nichts gedrückt.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake! That must be a mistake! Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not.
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't want to believe it either. I don't want to believe, but...
Then nobody will be saved.
Okay, Freunde. Ihr wisst, you know the drill. Wenn das Film kommt, it goes close to the end. Okay, was brauchen wir jetzt? Keine Ahnung.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
Hell yeah! Da oben rechts.
We were trying to turn off the bomb. Didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
Unless you know a whole lot about bombs, there's no way you know if it's fake just by looking at it.
Ja, dann ist es ja noch dümmer, dass Chiaki das gemacht hat, wenn sie wusste, dass es fake ist. Hä? Das macht denn ja gar keinen Sinn. Und wieso muss ich hier eigentlich alles machen?
She's a traitor. There's no way Chiaki put that bomb. Better not. The only person who knew it was a fake.
Me.
That's not it.
Boah, that's not it. Oh mein Gott, extra eine neue Voiceline.
That's not it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake.
Ja. Please continue.
Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real. You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that! Enough already. Please do not say another word. I do not want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonia.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
Ich weiß, was wir brauchen.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake,
Wir
that does
dürfen, glaube
not
ich, sogar
prove
nicht mal Fehler
Chiaki is the
machen.
traitor! If that counts as evidence,
Na, fuck.
I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Yo! Yo, wie soll das denn
Even if she knew the
gehen?
bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Na. Na,
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Dankeschön. Alles richtig machen. Kein Vollfurt.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier. He knows Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was... No, you could not declare that.
Ah, jetzt muss ich das andere nochmal machen.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake,
If Chiaki is the traitor.
If that counts as evidence, I should be
doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb
was fake.
Sorry, dass ich so still bin übrigens. Ich bin gerade irgendwie voll im Gaming-Modus.
What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
Danke, danke. Das ist so ein schwieriges Ding, wenn du nicht weißt, was du tun sollst.
Right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake.
Ja.
But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used? I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes. I know that already. You should have said so earlier. Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew, I feel relieved.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, Are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
Chiaki hat's doch schon zugegeben. Du tust so, als würde ich...
That's not it.
Manchmal macht sie mich echt sauer.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you, that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little?
Emma.
There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However,
Cool.
I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it!
Why did it end up like this?
Ja, das ist wirklich einer der traurigsten Momente in diesen Spielen. Aber ich sag euch eine Sache, die Fangames werden noch trauriger. Die Fangames werden richtig traurig. Bei den Fangames musste ich wirklich weinen. Zumindest bei einem. Beim ersten. Um ehrlich zu sein. Ich habe Depressionen gehabt, nachdem ich das erste Fangame durch hatte. It's not fair. I feel the same as everyone else. There's no way I can agree to this. Emptiness. Loneliness. Sadness. Most of all, I'm ashamed of my weakness. But even so, I have to move forward. If we believe in the person who's urging us forward, then we have to start walking. And believe with as much hope as possible in what lies ahead. Nein, das kann mir das Spiel doch nicht antun. Das kannst du mir nicht antun, Spiel! Das muss ich doch weitermachen! Ich will nicht, Leute, ich mach's nicht. Ist nicht so, als hätte ich eine Wahl, oder?
Even so.
Fuck. Man, I'm pooped. Let's go ahead and announce the result. The traitor from the Future Foundation and Nagito Kamaida's killer is Chiaki Nanami.
Damn it!
Are you serious? That was correct? The fact that Chiaki was a traitor, the The fact that Nagito's crime depended entirely on his luck. Everything was true!
Damn it.
I guess that means that Bastard managed to pull it off.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Stupid. We're not celebrating at all. Chiaki, let me ask you one more time. Are you really part of the Future Foundation? An agent of the organization that brought us to this island? Is that really your true identity?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys.
What?
That is...
I cannot believe it. Even though I do not want to believe it. There was no choice but to believe, right?
I'm sorry.
It would have been better if I could have said it sooner. But I couldn't say it no matter what. I can't betray the Future Foundation. Can't betray?
Well?
Even if you want to fly, you can't, right? Even if you want to swim where you please, you can't, right? It's the same for me. Due to the nature of my existence, I will never be able to betray the Future Foundation. What the heck? But in the end, you did something similar. What you did is no different than sharing your secret yourself. You're right.
Why?
Now's not the time to be laughing.
Well?
But strangely enough, I don't have any regrets. In fact, I'm somewhat happy. I was able to think I wanted to protect everyone. That's why I feel proud of my actions. You're still saying things I don't get, but if we ask you anything, you're just not gonna answer, right? Like, if we ask you where in the Future Foundation... If you ask you why... why you were in the Future Foundation and stuff.
I'm sorry.
That is...
Even if you were a traitor, you never betrayed us. Chiaki, you will always be our friend, even now. We don't blame you for this. That's why you don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
So the traitor was revealed, and Chiaki lost. In the end, it all went according to Nagito's plan, huh?
Like...
About that. What was that really Nagito's goal? Is it really okay to say he was trying to find the killer and eliminate them? If so, isn't that strange? Strange?
So...
I mean, we nearly lost, right? If Chiaki hadn't said anything, we definitely would have lost. You've raised a good point. That's exactly it. Even though Nagito said he would weed out the traitor, he never said he would kill the traitor. Huh?
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations! You successfully stopped Nagito's plan. I mean, Nagito's plan was to be the traitor and kill everyone else besides the traitor. Kill everyone else besides the traitor?
You serious?
That was Nagito's goal?
Huh?
Why would he do something like that? Of all to form a plan that only the traitor would survive. Is that bastard really that twisted? It's okay. Okay, what?
Well?
I mean, it's not just Nagito's fault. If the circumstances had been different, he probably wouldn't have taken things so far.
Chiaki.
You really are a kind-hearted person. Huh? You think so? Jeez. I wonder where you got your personality from.
Perhaps.
Maybe your dad's an old big brother, don't you think?
Hey, come on now.
Hey, don't go talking about your family all of a sudden. That's totally whipping off toe.
I can't lose.
Then I cannot lose to Chiaki. Just like Chiaki and everyone else. Even if I know it's a fight I cannot win. I must try to retaliate.
Huh?
Retaliate?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
Stupid! Stop! What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
No. She's self-destructed?
What'd you say?
What's going on? Monokuma like that?
No.
I'm not that. A new one fucking came out. Man, that surprised me. If only I didn't have a spare, I would have died.
I can't lose.
Not yet, I'm not done yet. Hey, wait!
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Stop it, I say! I'm sorry, I lose! Forgive me!
Hey!
Not yet. Seriously, stop it. If you don't stop right now, it's all going to be
I
destroyed.
won't forgive you.
Of course. I'm doing it so you'll all be destroyed. I will be the one to protect my students. I will protect them with my life. How many of you? Now then, how many of you are still there? Might as well come out all at once. How many? Not that much. Das waren 10 hoch 60. What did you say?
What?
1 million. 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion. Jump ahead. 10, 52, 10, 56 und dann 10, 60. That's 10 to the 16th power. After all this, you're still joking around. You sure have quite a daring spirit. Except I'm not joking. What are you even saying anymore? Didn't you see that scene? While you're doing this, my clones are continuously and endlessly created. And the Monokuma manufacturing facility.
That's wrong.
What? Those were just stuffed animals. That's right. I checked them with my own hands. They're just plushies.
Damn it!
You're just bluffing. Let me finish him off.
Hey,
Even if it's just a plushie, as long as you give it Monokuma's personality, it becomes the fully developed Monokuma. What did you say? There's no way that's possible. That's not even magic. Magic, huh?
Could it be?
Have you already obtained that much power?
Hey!
Hold on, if you bring up magic so suddenly, we're gonna be confused. Unless you mean magic in technological sense, we won't understand it at all.
Hey!
What's going on? Don't tell me they're not gonna call this magic or something. Well, I don't care how you interpret it.
in the end, even if Monami risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60 strong! There's no value in that life you're risking. So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement? What's this?
And how many more enemies are left to my challenge my army of 1060? You don't have to say anything. I know. Let's see. You just have 10 more left, right? I know everything. I am the conqueror of the new world. I won't give up. Even if I have no chance of winning,
Hey, Monami.
Huh?
Well,
It's not about giving up, you know.
let's believe in them.
Let's believe in everyone. And leave the rest to them. But...
Right?
Damn it.
what the hell is going on? I do not know for certain. But the only thing I can say is...
Listen.
Monokuma is an enemy of the Future Foundation. Does that mean there's another organization that's our enemy besides the Future Foundation? We're in this situation because we're caught up in a dispute between these two organizations? Okay, that's it. That's it. Let's just leave that talk for later. Because the punishment time's gonna start. Hold on. Just a little more time. To wait or not to wait, that is the question. But which will cause more despair? That's the real question. If you think about it, you'd know, right? There's no way I'd wait. But I haven't...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Hajime. Regardless, there's nothing else I can say. I'm not allowed to say anything more than I already have. Not that,
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate gamer!
Bleeding service!
Ah, for Monami too! Why, even Monami? It's just a 2-for-1 special. I could have killed that thing anytime I wanted since she's not a student. And also, I don't need anybody that will defy me anymore. Also, I remember not, mein Ohr juckt so hart gerade. Sorry, ne, aber ich muss mal ganz kurz da... Jo, leicht blutet das wieder, ich seh's kommen. Also, I remember now.
Sorry.
I'm an only child.
That is...
What is that? It's okay. Even if I'm here, I'd just be a burden anyway. And not just that. I've decided to believe in everyone.
You guys,
I'm sorry about
so many things.
Okay.
I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life. Love, love.
Bye, everyone. It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you.
Ich glaube, das nehme ich als Thumbnail. Aber ich glaube, das andere Bild ist ein bisschen zu krass, um das als Thumbnail zu nehmen, wie Nagito sich absticht, Alter.
It's true. It's absolutely true. 'Cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Then let's proceed with High Spirits. This is the very last punishment time. Chiaki, warum muss es nur so weit kommen? You true, Manami. Ja, ich mag Manami nicht. Ist okay, wenn sie stirbt. Aber Chiaki, guck mal, wie süß sie ist. Ich will sie knuddeln. Die Execution geht, glaube ich, auch richtig lang, also im Vergleich zu den anderen. Please me third coin. Ultimate Gamer Chiaki. Na, Junge, lass mich doch lesen. Yo, so nah an so einer Explosion und du lebst einfach noch. Sie ist so süß, guckt sie euch an. Exit. Wow, einfach ein Exit von der Execution. Peak Pac-Man einfach. Erinnert ihr euch daran, dass ich sogar mal gesagt hatte, dass Tetris das einzige Spiel ist, das sie nie gewinnen konnte? Das macht das irgendwie noch schlimmer. Even until the very end, I couldn't look away from Chiaki's final moments. Without realizing it, I had fallen to my knees. A feeling of powerlessness spread throughout my body. It's over. This had to end. Before I could ask what I needed to ask, before I could say what I needed to say, Chiaki vanished before my eyes, and I couldn't even tell her thank you. If I had said that, would she have been comforted a little? As she was executed as a traitor. Would she have been comforted a little? I don't know. My chest just hurt.
I don't believe it!
Good gracious, that was such a big surprise! As for Chiaki, she regularly took on the role of appointment during the class trials, as did Nagito too. And not only was she the traitor, she was Nagito's killer too! Oh well, don't worry about that. There won't be any more situations where you need to rely on them. Huh? Wait, does that mean... Now that the annoying rabbit is gone as well, all of the obstacles that has been keeping us stuck on this island are completely gone.
Hey.
Are you serious? We can finally leave this island?
I shall now sent.
Yeah, congratulations! With this I shall announce the end of the killing school trip. For you five who've survived up till now, I shall give you the right to graduate. Thank you for all your hard work. Are you really okay with that? What do you mean? There's still 2 days left. If you're acting like your usual self, you should be setting things up so another killing happens right away. You're right. Stop it! What are you saying? What if Mr. Monokuma changes his mind? Also, you said you're 5. Like you were emphasizing that part. Does the number of people matter more than the remaining time? That's why you're saying it's the end already, even though there are still 2 days left, right?
Huh?
It matters that there are 5 people left? Are you planning to make a volleyball team? You need 6 people for volleyball. Don't stay quiet, say something! What's your actual purpose? You're an enemy and an enemy of the Future Foundation, so what's your true identity? If the Future Foundation is the world ender, then I will end the new world that the Future Foundation has created. Huh?
No.
Well, you just have to look forward to the rest after the countdown ends. That timer has almost reached 0. If it reaches 0, everything will end. The Future Foundation's lame plan will be nothing but toilet bubbles.
Hey,
And when that time comes, you'll know everything. You will see all of your questions answered in one go. And then you guys will find out for yourselves just how messed up this new world is.
Hey.
Huh? A new world? Don't go saying new shit all of a sudden.
Yep.
Well, just think of the remaining 2 days until the countdown reaches 0 as a bonus. While you at it, you should enjoy your life on this tropical island to the fullest. Cause once you leave this island, your hopeless life back home will be waiting for you. Ah Mann, warum hat man sich nicht einfach zweimal diese Voiceline eingebaut? Und guck mal, boys was loved, I carry it on for what felt like forever. No questions or worries or sadness were simply ignored. Love that just kept going forever. As for what we did afterwards, honestly, it doesn't matter at all. I returned to my cottage for the time being and fell asleep. Voll der Mr. Sleep, Alter. Mr. Sleep, Mr. Fame. Even after I woke up, my will to move my body didn't come back. That's why I didn't look back on everything that happened up till now. I didn't think about what was going to happen. I just kept praying that nothing else would happen. I burrowed deep into my sheets as if I were trying to hide. In doing so, I was somehow trying to endure the long day. And then the sun finally set. The day feels abnormally long when you spend it praying that nothing happens. It reminds me, I haven't heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that isn't needed anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far? How much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? There's still so much we don't know. What are school memories, the Future Foundation, Hope's Peak Academy, Monokuma's true purpose? Can we really end this and turn our back on all that? Not just that. If we're really leaving, where are we going? To Hope's Peak Academy? That was my last night at Level Rock Island. The place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything was about to end. Ja. Sieht ganz danach aus. Es ist jetzt also vorbei. Geht der Timer jetzt los. Haben wir noch Impfstoff? Acht Minuten noch. I feel like I had a fun dream, somehow. I think it was about my childhood. Because of that I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feeling than usual. That's right, it's the last day, according to Monokuma. Suddenly my body shuddered, but when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by a fear that I had never felt before. I feel like I had been abandoned in this world. Completely, utterly alone, with nobody left on this island. Kazuichi, Fujihiko, Akane, Sonia. Like everyone was gone and I couldn't find him anywhere. I suddenly couldn't believe in anything. Like everything in this world was nothing but lies. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape. When I left the cottage, I randomly ran into
Hello
her.
there.
Du? Wie? Oh, Hajime, good timing. Good timing? What do you mean?
See?
Remember Nagito's radio message that we found at the factory? Yeah, when we were dealing with the bomb workers. What about it?
Well?
Apparently there was more to that message inside that laptop. Huh?
Yep.
We weren't able to see it until a day or so had passed. Apparently it was locked by a timer. He set it up so we wouldn't be able to watch it until after the class trial? Why would he do that?
Perhaps.
Maybe Nagito planned to leave this as a will. Nagito's will? Where is it right now? We were just planning to meet at the restaurant and watch it together. Got it, the restaurant. The Restaurant also. Ihr kennt mich, Leute. Letztes Mal muss ich auch nochmal in die Hotellobby gehen und schauen, ob es da irgendwen zum Talken gibt auf chillig, aber wahrscheinlich nicht. Jo, Monokuma hat das hier vor allem repariert. Oder man hat vergessen, die andere Map hier einzubauen. Kann natürlich auch sein.
Yeah.
Hey, you're late! Is it true? Nagito really left another message? Kneel before Miss Sonia and thank her! She was the one who found it! I was going for a walk with Gundam's hamster and I found it when I stopped by the factory.
Listen well.
A coincidence, you say? Wrong! That is the will of casuality guiding you. Why would Miss Sonia be going for a walk with Gundam? I never allowed that.
Damn right.
So anyway, let's hurry up and play it. Yeah, you're right.
Wonder who's watching this message.
Ah, jetzt ist es sogar synchronisiert, geil. Muss ich nicht lesen. Ah, es ist doch nicht synchronisiert. Dankeschön. Is it the trader from the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looks like it ended the way I hoped it would. Ended the way he hoped it would.
Damn it.
Nagito was trying to kill everyone except the trader. Damn it. It was just as Monokuma said.
Hey.
He really set up the trader as the killer. And he even tried to make them survive the trial? But why would he do that? Enough of your useless talk. It appears there's still more. But if everyone but the trader is watching this video, then unfortunately I guess I lost. That outcome is the complete opposite of the hope I believe in. But not that it matters for me anymore. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout like me. Let's put this meaningless introduction aside and get down to business. Since I don't know who I'm talking to, I'm going to speak so that both sides will understand. First of all, you might be wondering why I did what I did. Well, I just took action after talking about it for so long. A special prize in the final death room allowed me to learn a certain truth. It could be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already disposed of that page. But anyway, I was totally surprised. I mean... Dankeschön. The Future Foundation's trader must have known that truth all along. And so I was able to learn the truth about this world. Resolved to take action immediately. I shouldn't have made fun of Hajime. Down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. But now that I know that truth, as I look back on Monokuma's actions, I'm starting to see what he's planning. Giving us information about the island's mystery, the Future Foundations, he's raising all your hopes. But only so he can lead you to unimaginable despair. Plus Monokuma's trying to show that despair to someone. Perhaps that someone is... Seriously pissing me off, Helen. Where's Meth? Meth? Kev? Happy? Oh, happy Orcs. Jeez, what a hopeless truth. Who is Monokuma's true identity? How could they come up with a plan like that? But that's enough reflecting on the past. Let's talk about the future now. If you want to escape Monokuma's plan, there's a specific place you need to go. The key to enter that place is that message you found at Nezumi Castle. Ne? Das Passwort, ja.
Well...
Normally, you need to follow a bunch of steps to enter that place. But since that message gets rid of those steps, you can think of it as an Easter egg or something. Was? Du musst mehrere Steps? Was redet der? It was probably left by someone other than Monokuma or Monami. But that has nothing to do with me. Are you guys still think you're not good at... You're not gonna... die or something? Stop it, don't... Stop it. I had to hide this until my plan came to an end. But I guess now's a nice time to announce it, right? So then, I'll announce the password. 11037. That is the password that was written in Nezumi Castle. Ihr wisst, was das heißt, ne? Leon ist einfach Passwort geworden, Alter. Ich ändere meine Bankpin auch sofort in 11037. Nein, mache ich nicht. You have to use that to enter that specific place. It's the only way you can escape Monokuma. I feel like I've been talking forever, but it's all for me. With this, my duty is finished. I believe my actions will become the foundation of this world's hope. And if that really happens, praise me. Tell others what I've accomplished. Erect a bronze statue of me. Respect me.
Please call me the ultimate hope.
The ultimate hope, wohl, ja. This was Nagito's final message. That 11037 number that Nagito said was the password. There's no mistaking it. That's the password to enter that ancient ruin. You better hurry, I think. Let's go before the countdown reaches 0. You're right, let's go.
There's something wrong with
Bastard Nagito. He was screwed up till the very end. What was that praise me crap?
Of course not!
After all the crap he put us through, there's no way we'd ever do that. Ist halt echt so.
Alright!
Looks like it's finally my turn. I punch Monokuma so hard he'd go flying around the world. As long as Coach like Umaru and me are here, we won't lose. Just leave it to us.
Damn right.
Looks like the others have left already. We should go too. What? Are you scared now? Of course not. Let's crush Monokuma's plan. You're right. There's nothing to worry about since everyone's here.
Easy as pie.
Now then, let us make haste to the ancient ruin. As long as we work together, we will not lose to Monokuma or anyone else. Vamos. Most of the time to relax, I need to hurry. Ja. Ich muss mal nach meinem Pet schauen. Fällt mir gerade mal so auf. Ja, gut, bisschen spät. Wo sind wir? Zweite Insel schon. Ich laufe in die falsche Richtung. Es schneit und der Himmel ist rot. What the fuck is happening? Zweieinhalb Stunden wird nichts, Alter. Wir sind bei 3 Stunden. Das Wasser besteht einfach aus Blut. Geil. Ruins. Nicht mal Ancient Ruin oder so, einfach nur Ruins. Somehow it is quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Is it really safe to go inside? What's gonna be in there?
Are a boy, right?
It's so unreliable to be freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you? There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand around.
I'm gonna do it!
I'm right. It's the last chance to get inside. I'm starting to feel nauseous from the thrills, the chills, the kills. If you're gonna let it out, why not do it in the Tupperware I keep with me?
Dumbass.
Hey, now's not the time to fuck around.
Young master for Yuhiko.
It's going to be alright. You don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, let's go forward together.
Shut up.
Huh? Don't treat me like a kid.
This is your leader's order.
Believe that hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order. Oink! Oink, 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 oink!
What?
What's that? I told her that you only understand piggy talk. I said you're so cool in piggy talk.
In the name of my family.
I'm going to kill you. Yo! An die Combo konnte ich mich gar nicht mehr erinnern.
Hajime.
Password, please. Yeah, I know. Komm, ich wüsste nicht mal, wie ich das Ding bedienen soll, Alter.
It's gonna be fine.
There's no need for you to worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shining future. Now then, let's open the door to the future. Stell mal vor, das wäre falsch gewesen. Nagito hat sich falsch erinnert. Falsch. Neu machen. Nee, neu machen geht nicht, dann wäre ich jetzt tot. Beyond this door, the future is waiting. A sparkling future. Now then, let's move forward. Jo, wie lange geht das Chapter noch?
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the way...
Huh?
Where did everyone go?
Everyone?
What? Something's wrong. What did I do? No, that's not it. I'm not the weird one. It's really weird as... Sorry. This world? Und der Countdown ist durch. Yo, eine Bombe, yo! Meint Miyaku ja nicht, es soll keine Bombe sein? Das... Einfach alle weggezwängt, sind alle tot, Leute. Stage 4, Fragezeichen. Das finden wir raus. Und zwar im nächsten Part. In den nächsten 2 Parts. Das Let's Play hat nur 2 Parts, Leute. Smile Tome, the name of the spare. Ende. Serving Students. Boah. Das war ein langer Part, wirklich. Also ich bin genuinely froh, dass ich es gesplittet habe und wie gesagt in zukünftigen Let's Plays werde ich noch weiterhin splitten mit Class Trial und dann werde ich halt länger an den Spielen sitzen, weil ich werde dann nicht so einen extra Part machen, so wie jetzt. Ich habe das jetzt nur gemacht, weil ich es in diesem Let's Play halt noch nicht so eingeführt hatte. Oder halt nicht mittendrin. Ich wollte es halt nicht mittendrin so einführen jetzt, wisst ihr. Ja, das machen wir im nächsten Part. Was ich noch sagen wollte, ich wollte das nicht einführen. So jetzt mitten im Let's Play, dass sich das plötzlich ändert, diese Regelung. Nichtsdestotrotz, ne, wir werden durchkommen mit dem Spiel. Noch 2 Parts. Ich war deswegen halt auch heute echt unmotiviert, weil ich bin einfach müde, ich hatte keinen Bock, so. Ich habe es trotzdem gemacht für euch, gebt einen Daumen hoch dafür und wie gesagt, also ich denke mal, sobald wir bei den Fangames sind, werde ich auch motivierter sein. Ja, ich bitte das zu entschuldigen. Alles klar, Schlüsseldorf.